Alright there, your old mate Yorkie here, returning to London with you for some more Vampire. See how this goes. Now, an indie gamer friend of mine, Ryan, sometimes comes on here as one-man army or something like that. Told me he tried to get into this game, but he couldn't, because it was so bleak and dismal. I said, I'm English, mate. I'm used to bleak and dismal. I'm from Northern England. Anyway, let's see how it goes. Analyze William's blood at the workbench. Where is that the workbench? That's probably the workbench.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Okay. What's this? An article on econs. It's a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years, while interviewing a few vampires, or econ, as they prefer to call themselves. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but a trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and react quicker than any mortal. Not when I'm controlling them. On a few occasions, alarm, surprise, necessitatively, I've seen a vampire move so quickly, it's almost as if he'd vanish just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly. But it is not a teleport or dematerialization. It is only supernatural speed. For me, it is like a cat attribute. It's a cat attribute. It allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also notice that such speed seems to exhaust them. They are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism, but it has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire he interviewed even told me the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that this ability required time to master, and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one. The possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires, since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us. Vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak indeed, and even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst, this urge, flashing on the bottom, maybe I'm imagining it, this need for blood, may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes bind him. It's something before this screen, got you. A vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean window, etc. The same vampire even told me that he can see if immortal. Whoa! What was that for? As clean blood or is ill. Okay, fine. Well, there's a tap. What's it to my American friends? The glass vial. That's to leave. I don't want to leave. Aluminum powder shillings. Oh, this is the workbench. No, this is crafting. Oh, this is the workbench. On the workbench, you can craft medical treatments to heal sick citizens, serums to boost yourself, weapon upgrades, etc. All right. Light regeneration serum. Regenerate 300 health points instantly, then 150. Treatment for fatigue, anemia. We don't have the stuff for this. All right.
Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night.
Yeah, but what about water for this plant?
Much time.
Dr. Swansea's message. Dear Jonathan, yes, Nurse Crane secured an office for you on the second floor. Please forgive the austere decoration, but Pembroke Hospital is not exactly the Ritz. Sorry to let you discover your office alone, but I need to sleep a little before going back to work. I'm just a mere mortal after all. I also gave orders to let you rest, and for the rest of the staff to never enter your room. You'll be able to sleep all day without being disturbed, and work at night without raising any suspicion. I'm afraid the place is quite messy, but you'll be able to conduct your experiments here at your own pace. You'll also notice that there's an open window with a scaffolding that will allow you to enter or exit the hospital without being noticed. I imagine how awfully new and disturbing this all must be for you. Believe me, I have studied enough of your species to understand that you must now be facing and feeling. Be assured, I'll do whatever I can to help you in this ordeal. Know that you are not completely alone facing it. I'm glad I met you, these dark times we are presently facing. I hope future cooperation or collaboration will yield great results. Welcome to Pembroke, my esteemed colleague. We shall talk soon. Yours sincerely, Edgar Griffiths Swansea. P.S. I left a copy of some of my notes concerning what I've discovered. Yeah, I found that. That's fine. Well, I'm not sure how I can put water on that thing. I don't seem to have any way of getting a vessel to do so. That cup? No? Won't let me. You tell me the plant needs water and then you won't let me water it. Well, that's a bit rotten. Alright. We've got 1080. Can't do that one. Coagulation. You will block your target's blood in the veins, making them defenseless, or create an invisible barrier, absorbing direct damage until it fades or is destroyed. Yeah. Bite. That brings me 480. Spring. You can perform a supernatural move to your target, cause damage upon landing. Or Shadow Veil. Drain your stamina to fade into the shadows and become invisible to most enemies. Moving in this state will drain more stamina. Exit shadows if you attack or dodge when your stamina is empty. Okay. Wouldn't mind some more health. There we are. The following night.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. about my thirst for blood.
Quest, answer the door.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
Okay.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
No antiseptic at all?
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Alright, so we're heading to the morgue to get some stuff for crafting, I assume that is. What's in here? This is the old morgue. Still in the grounds of the hospital. Different building though.
It's locked, all right. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Ah, didn't go too good. There are 3 of the buggers. Been defeated. Yeah, I was, wasn't I? Keep forgetting to use the abilities too. Right, in we go. Those are the other 2. Damn it! Stayed in there too long. Stayed in there too long. Not monitoring my health, etc. Now this is not the old morgue. Is there anything around here? Can't do anything against that door. Bit of a halo there. How are we? Light plate, okay. Photography and wallet. A photograph of a smiling, loving couple. Few words written on the back. Milton and Pippa forever. A new citizen investigation available. Press start to open the local investigations menu. Citizen investigations are displayed here, categorized by district. You can start a new citizen investigation by tracking it with that, then access your map. Alright. Watch study of blood sample, okay. And it looks like we're going in the back way to the morgue. I guess. Bullet, shotgun shell. The old morgue, also healthy. Not so sure about that. What's this? Some citizens may have quests for you if you talk to them. They'll always reward you for your help. Okay. Did I get something? It's like I can get in here now. Small bottle. What else? So we're in the morgue, I believe. I don't know why we got... Oh, I guess we opened the door. I guess that's what it was. That's back in the hospital. I think, anyway. Glass vial, okay. Where are we meant to be looking? I wonder if it's upstairs. Am I in the wrong place?
I cannot enter.
Ah, here we go.
Balls of Mars. Fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Old? And we got this one.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Probably. Guessing the basement's where the other thing is then.
It's locked.
Of course it is. Why would it be unlocked? Yow, you bugger! Yes, swine! Couldn't get in the right position. Also, didn't heal. Remember, you're a healer for yourself. Right. Well, that should have been less difficult than it was. I'll get used to the combat, I'm sure, at some point. If you believe that, you'll believe anything. Right, so with this way... Can't get over there. I'm a bit confused. Let's go outside the gate. That ain't right either. Get in here. Because I'm not sure that's pointing me in the right direction when it says 34 the other way. That doesn't look like something I can actually do. Yeah, this is the old morgue. Ah, wait. Is the old basement a long one?
These skulls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Move, 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 move. I don't know where I am. Can't see in this hideous dark. Well, I'm going to look if I can change the gamma. Advanced. Set brightness. That must be the first one. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, well, I'm still a long way from smooth on my fighting, but then that's down to me, not down to the game at this point, being too dark. At least, I think so.
It's locked.
Of course it is.
It's locked, all right.
Blood Absorb, you just acquired a new type of offhand weapon. Alright. $45 damage, 65, 72. Okay, that's good. Oh, I can put that on. I've only got the 2 abilities there. What else have we got around here? Nothing there. Oh, it's 31 meters this way now. Better weapon, certainly a boon. Get off me, you bugger. Come on, let me move! Fuck. Good God! Well, that was a fight. I lost. They do jump around, don't they? These, this is a mini boss. So using that definitely drains stamina. Not sure if I like that firearm. I also think I happen to be needing to swap it out, because I think I'm out of it. Hit him, will you? Hey, there's two of them, I didn't realise that. Good God. Yeah, it's absorbing blood, but it's not actually doing anything for the stamina drain. I'm thinking I need to... I think I'd rather have that. I could be wrong. Come on, I'm trying to hit him, not aim wildly in the wrong direction. That was bad. Damn it. That was better, but not good. Trying to keep track of these buggers is killing me. Literally. Well, that's definitely my wield, I think. At least at the moment. I like something to take down stamina. Heals my stamina C, for one thing. There's a blood drain on them. A little bit of healing to me. Let me see what I'm doing, please. Get off me, you bugger!
These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Ooh. But yeah, I need to be able to drain their stamina more than most other things. Okay. I mean, honestly, didn't even use the direct damage thing, because it doesn't do shit for the stamina. Death report. Officer Pembroke Hospital Medical Examiner. Report of investigation. Decedent Samuel O'Connor. Race Caucasoid. Male 39. Natural death. Fast progressing pneumonia. Right.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report.
Uh-huh.
I'd better look into this.
Look at the corner of the lips.
Traces of a pinkish foam at the corner of the lips.
Blood.
Some sort of drug overdose, perhaps?
Blood and saliva out the lungs, probably, yeah.
The chest was originally open to perform the operation. The sutures are clean, but the chest has been reopened. Multiple abrasions and scarring on the arms and legs.
Probably trying to fight off whatever it was.
Distinctive injuries of a sailor or a fisherman.
Ah, could be. Okay.
A puncture over the left lung, possibly a chest tube insertion.
Okay.
Not the cleanest work, but I think it was successful. Signs of internal bleeding. So, Dr. Tippett's anesthetics were incorrectly dosed, causing the patient's death. And then, he tried to operate on him again. Tippett has made an egregious error. It's
Killed by
time
the
to
doctor. That's a new hint. So this. Not you. Well, there's Tippett. Got one clue. Yes. Though I admit I would rather be able to gain health back as well as stamina with blood bites. I just realised I see where it says up. It's at the top. It's a little pointer. Out of the corner, the morgue, coronary, and the morgue. Let's head back. District healthy. Where am I meant to be? Huh? about you?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
Indeed.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember
Ada, maybe?
I may have something for you.
Found your wallet.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I
No.
retrieved your wallet, with all the money, and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Ain't
Not at all.
bothering me at all.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
I don't need paying off. Well, I guess I do.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up.
I can understand that.
She's as depressed as I am.
Bound by despair.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
I'm not going to say you could both get fired. Screw that. That's on them. Need further hints for them. Life in London? How's the situation around
How
here?
is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything.
That's
and
fair.
it's getting worse every day.
What is your occupation? You say an ambulance
So what
driver.
do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
There? The sanitary situation?
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
You sound like you've had it rough.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You got it back now.
An infected patient outside the hospital. That's incredibly dangerous.
So he's
Go
staying there when it
yourself
killed
if you
you.
want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Medical checkup E, F. Press for details. Smuggling weapons.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Okay. We need another hint for the other one. Let's trade.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
These must be for crafting. I got 133. Let's not worry about that right now then. That one's done. This one. We get Gwyneth Brannigan and Corporal Tippets.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Not
Does my
Vincent.
arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Life in London. You have a problem with me?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice.
I can see that putting notes that joint.
His position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
No need for animosity.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Talk about the hospital then.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Yeah. New hint available. Your life in London. Oh, that's already we've got. Personal questions. Prove my value as a
I
practitioner.
don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
I saved many lives.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
You seem to have bad memories of your military service.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Oh, we're upstairs, aren't we? Do we have some stairs here? Nope, we have no stairs right here. There's the stairwell. Not my room. Craft a treatment for fatigue. Water-rich blood sample. Okay. Now. Downstairs. Who are you?
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Oh, isn't this
Dr.
all?
Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I
Oh.
could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Indeed. Have a look at life in London.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work
You said
concerning
that,
blood
right?
transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
Why did you choose that career?
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'll be glad to help you.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Tell me about your experiments.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as
Sounds
you're
questionable.
cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Very true. Back. The Pembroke Hospital, what do you make
What
of
can
it?
you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Fair enough. Do you need my help?
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I
I
see.
could do a little run round.
Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
And you seem optimistic about
You
things.
seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Aykroyd's version for modern methods.
What do you think of Dr. Aykroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Aykroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe
Bit of
it's
jealousy
just a
then.
question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Aykroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
All right. Well, why don't you say what you really feel? Blood transfusion
Tell
technique.
me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed.
Actually, I think you
Especially
probably
since
want
I know
both.
Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
Should remain neutral.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
I think keeping his distance was a mistake.
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
That's fine for now.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
We can do that. Disease decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind Dorothy to check his medical status.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And
Who's the idiot walking
Could you
back
at
and
least
forth
tell
there?
me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Life in London. Painfully
How
strong.
painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Reverse how painful is your throat. Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Alright, well.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help. Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr.
I did.
Reed?
He don't want to talk.
I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
Communicate with her.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you that rich?
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here are of a more humble origin, if I may say so.
Yes, thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
What are you doing in your life?
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their futures.
Early waves of feminism. Good. Complaints about your reception here?
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
No, they're really not. Tell me about your arrival.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you?
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
That's not meant to happen. I share your stupor.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
Yeah, it won't be here.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Alright. Well, that was the room behind her, and really nothing going on there.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
See if
Good
I can-
evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
About your
Why did
hospitalization.
your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Good mother. Is your mother bothering you, though?
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Bit of a freaky deaky woman then, huh?
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
How painful
It's so painful.
I'll let you get some...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me...
Remember, Citizen's Blood will provide you a massive XP boost. I'm not worried about that right now.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah. It is. What is going on here? Why is there a seeming link to this area when there's nothing here? And also, what's over here? Oh, that one's upstairs. Alright. Let's go upstairs.
I cannot enter.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Actually, we will end there for now. Hit the like, comment, subscribe if you want the channel to grow, and join us next time and we'll see what Swansea wants with us. Bye now.